Hey there folks, thanks for checking out this video. I am the Mighty Plantain and we are checking out something from a local cidery. We're looking at Freedom's Edge Cidery's cider cocktails. I've got a complicated relationship with hard cider. Back in the day I was like, I remember Applejack. Does anybody remember Applejack? It was like one of the first hard ciders to hit. And it was kind of before its time because it was pretty damn good. Applejack? Cider Jack. Sorry. Applejack's is a fucking cereal. Anyway, Cider Jack was pretty decent. It was before its time. The hard ciders didn't really catch on. It was kind of like old One-Eyed Jack. A lot of Jacks in these things. The old hard lemonade. One-Eyed Jack. Bumblebee on the label, One-Eyed Jack. Anybody remember that? Just me? Okay. It was before all these malt beverages really started catching on. They were still trying to break into the beer market, and they just did not get people's attention enough. Anyway, didn't mind Cider Jack, didn't mind hard ciders. They were okay. They started showing up, hard ciders started showing up at Beer Fest. I was like, it's not beer. And I tried a couple. It's like, okay, all right. We'll let the cider people stay, but the wine people need to stay the fuck out. Wine is not beer. Wine doesn't belong at beer fests. Hard cider, we'll let them in. And then hard cider kind of evolved. Different places started doing it. They started getting more creative with the recipes. Started doing some really incredible stuff. And now it's not the same as beer, but I kind of put it in the same category. I'm okay with it. Hard cider is basically beer. And there's some really good shit out there. But anyway, it just brings us to Freedom's Edge in Albion, Maine. It's literally a 15-minute drive from my place, which is embarrassing to say because a 15-minute drive is at least less than an hour's walk, probably. I probably could walk my stupid ass over there, check out some of their stuff, and walk my stupid ass home. Not that I anticipate getting so tipsy that I couldn't drive, because, anyway. Tipsy is not okay to drive, but you know what I mean. Not that I anticipate getting to the point of inebriation where I wouldn't be able to drive, depending on my pacing, etc. But they've got some really good stuff, so it's entirely within the realm of possibility that I lose track and get to the point where I shouldn't be behind the wheel. So I don't like to, roll the dice on stuff like that. Anyway, I could walk there and back is the bottom line. And yet I haven't visited them. But I have seen them at a couple of local brew fests. Anyway, Freedom's Edge Cider, I've done a few of their ciders before, but now they have pre-mixed cider cocktails, Maine hard cider with locally sourced fruit. Nice little variety pack, available through Damon's Beverage. They got Peach Bellini, Blueberry Daquiri, Raspberry Lime Rickey, Cranberry Cosmo. All of these are at 6% ABV and gluten-free. There's 8 cans in this case. They're the little tall, skinny cans, and they're arranged in here in a way that makes them stand up above the case. Usually I try to hide these things behind the case and pull them out as I drink them so you don't know what I'm doing next until I pull it out. But anyway, it's mixed and ready, picked, mixed and ready to drink. Okay, they kind of did this thing with them. Anyway, Maine hard cider with locally sourced fruit, blah, 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 variety pack. Right, not a whole lot left on there. So we're going to start with Peach Bellini. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Bellini or Bellini? Anyway, the biggest reason I'm going with peach first, I'm not a big fan of peach flavored stuff. This should be locally sourced fruit, so it shouldn't be artificial peach flavor. But, sometimes peaches don't really quite turn me on. So 335 milliliters each, like I said before, gluten-free. Produced and bottled by Freedom's Edge Cider in Albion, Maine. Not a whole lot to say here. It doesn't say I shouldn't shake it. I'm going to assume it's slightly carbonated, and I shouldn't. But anyway, Freedom's Edge has been producing a lot of really decent ciders. Like I said, I've checked them out. I think last summer was the first time we checked them out. They showed up at the Bangor Summer Brew Fest. And I've had some of their canned stuff pre-made since. These pre-mixed cocktails. Some of our local breweries and cideries, apparently, are starting to take these on. It's essentially just I want to say a malt beverage. In this case, it looks like it's cider mixed with fruit. Possibly some alcohol added, but who knows. A little hazy. Slightly yellowish color. And it looks more like a pear juice, like a hazy pear juice. Slightly effervescent. Not very peach, but you know. Peach juice isn't necessarily peach flavored, peach colored. Smell apples. Slight hint of peaches. Apples with a slight hint of peaches. The peach tends to be like this sweet yet bitter aroma for me. Same thing for the flavor. Nice light mouthfeel. Easy drinking. Like I said, there's some slight effervescence in the appearance, a few bubbles. But it's not very bubbly or sparkly on the tongue. It's just kind of going down smooth. I'm not getting that weird peach bitterness that I'm used to. I'm actually getting a hint of sourness in the finish, which might be more attributed to the apples. I'm definitely getting peach and apple. And a nice flavor combo. That's smooth as hell and going down way too easy for something that's 6% ABV. That ain't bad at all. Matter of fact, that's dangerous. Pardon. Holy crap. Like I said up top, I'm not a big fan of peach flavored stuff. That's easy to drink. And it's good. I got nothing bad to say about that. And it's not like blowing me away. I'm not going wow, or I'm not going crazy about it. I'm just kind of like at this nice above average rating for sure. Now I'm going to try to say this only once during the video. On a scale of 1 to 5, 2.5 is average. I almost want to bump this up to a 4 because, again, I'm not used to finding something peach flavored that I actually really like. It's at least a 3.5. I'm giving it the 4. I'm going to bump this up to a 4. Like I said, I'm not completely blown away. I'm not getting that wow reaction, but I am very impressed by the fact that it's something peach flavored that I'm actually really enjoying because, again, I don't typically do well with peach flavored stuff, so just getting some bonus points for that. Full on 4 out of 5 for the peach Bellini. I'm gonna finish this up, and then we're gonna check out the Cranberry Cosmo one. All right, next up, Cranberry Cosmo. Cider cocktail, 6% ABV, also gluten-free. They're all gluten-free. I said that at the top. I don't need to be repeating it every time. That's kind of all the information on there. Which is different because on their ciders, they actually have a little bit of a write-up about the recipe on the cans. So, but these are probably just, you know, something else. Almost saw a slightly pinkish tinge when I poured that one out in the glass. Yes, it's got a little bit of a pinkish tinge to it. Try to line these up. I know They don't need to be lined up perfectly, but okay. Under the light, this looks very similar to the other one, with a slightly darker color, and without the light, there's a slightly pinkish tinge to it, but once I put the light on it, I guess you can still kind of see a little bit of pink, but it looks mostly, again, like pear juice, hazy. This might be a little more effervescent. Not that we should be comparing the different flavors to each other, and it's only good for comparing certain beverages to each other. But without the light at all, you can see there's, I don't know if it's coming through on the camera really well, but there is a bit of a pinker, more of a pink tinge. It's a little darker looking from back here. All right, I'm going to stop harping on the color. Again, that light apple aroma. Okay. I'm getting hints of the cranberry. Again, cranberry is another slightly bitter fruit. Usually cranberry is paired with something like grape or apple. I mean, people drink cranberry juice. More power to them. I don't ever have bladder infections to the degree that I can make myself choke down cranberry juice, but, you know, sometimes it's not an option for you folks. Cran grape and cran apple, very popular. I like those. So I anticipate a bit of a cran apple experience here. I'm definitely getting that type of aroma. Cranberries and apples. Again, another smooth, easy to drink cocktail. There's a hint of the bitterness of the cranberries in there. But it's definitely distinctly a cran apple. Again, very easy to drink. That is dangerously smooth and good. It's, damn. I don't know what else to say. It's got a slight hint of booziness to it. I mean, at 6% ABV, it's not going to be overwhelming. I wouldn't expect it to be overwhelming, and it isn't. You can definitely tell that there's alcohol in it, but if you didn't know any better, you'd say it was just fruit juice with a hint of bitterness on the finish. But, you know that bitterness is actually booze. I mean, holy crap. Sitting at another 4 out of 5. Again, I like cran apple juice. This is definitely not cran apple juice. It doesn't have that level of sweetness, but I mean, it's damn close. There's definitely apple. There's definitely cranberry. There's definitely that slight hint of booziness and a little bit of bitterness from the cranberry and the booziness. But again, it's smooth enough you wouldn't really know the difference if you didn't know what you were looking for. Also, not blowing me out of the water, not being like, oh, wow, that's something new, unique, and different. But it's definitely so well put together that I got nothing bad to say about it, which is why it's sitting at a solid 4 out of 5. Yeah. I'm going to finish this up probably way more quickly than I should, and then we're going to move on to, I think we'll do the Blueberry Daquiri next, and save the Raspberry Lime Rickey for last, because I've been pretty impressed by some Raspberry Lime Rickey stuff that I've had before, and I kind of like that combination of flavors. So if the Freedom's Edge follows suit, then it's going to be really good. Anyway, Blueberry Daiquiri's next. All right, we are up to the third can here. This is a Blueberry Daquiri cider cocktail. And again, nothing new on here. I'm not going to make you sit through me reading it again. Alright, that's got a slightly bluish purplish tinge. A lot less blueberry in there than there is apple, I'll tell you that, based on the looks, but that's probably not lined up either. The last can wasn't straight on, and I had to fix it in between takes, but in all fairness, I'm looking at it from behind. Yeah, there's some hints of blue in there, but it's more of a lightly purplish pink, maybe. Also hazy, slightly effervescent, not a lot of bubbles coming up through there. But, you know, definitely looks more blueberry than the alternatives. I guess it's the first one with blueberry, so it should look more blueberry than the others. Alright. Slightly more sweet aroma than the others. Underlying hint of bitterness. But definitely apples and blueberry coming through in the aroma. Yeah. Sweet yet tart blueberry flavor with the apple combined. Hint of booziness. A little hint of bitterness. Is blueberry juice a big thing here in the Northeast? Because I haven't seen it in stores. I lived out in the Midwest and in Missouri for about a year. A little over a year, actually, back in the day. And you could get blueberry juice. Like literally just walk into the store and find blueberry juice on the shelves. And people used to keep it in their fridges. It was very, very common. But I don't see it as much around here. And Maine is like a huge blueberry state. So, a little odd. Maybe it's a regional thing, but anyway. Definitely a nice combination of blueberry and apple juice. Slight hint of bitterness, a little bit of booziness, definitely tart as well. But distinctly apple in the finish. Again, very smooth and easy to drink. I gotta hit this one with a 4 out of 5 as well. It's just that, again, there's nothing blowing me away or you know, really mind-bogglingly unique about it, but at the same time it's also smooth, delicious, easy to drink, going down deceptively quick, and I got nothing bad to say about it. No drawbacks whatsoever. I mean, other than the fact that, you know, you could be facing a drawback later on if you drink these too quickly, which would be way too easy to do. So, yeah, another solid 4 out of 5. I'm going to finish up the Blueberry Daquiri, and we're going to move on to the last one, the Raspberry Lime Rickey. All right, and here we are up last with the Raspberry Lime Rickey. Raspberry Lime Rickey. Raspberry Lime Rickey. By the way, not my first drink of the evening. Besides these, I've had one or two more prior to this video. So I'm definitely feeling it at this point. That was a little more splattery than the rest. Anyway, like I said, these have all so far been fairly dangerous drinks. At 6% ABV, they have gone down very quickly and smoothly. So you may find it easy to get buzz on very fast with them. So a little more hazy than the others. slightly brownish tinge to it. I would have expected maybe a greenish for the lime or pinkish for the raspberry, but neither. This is more of a brownish, murky, muddy looking, hazy pear juice looking stuff. Definitely has a lime undertone. And that nice, sweet, yet bitter raspberry aroma. Like I said, I saved this one for last. I've had some Raspberry Lime Rickey beers and other beverages recently. They're actually pretty good, so I've gotten a taste for that raspberry and lime combo. It's looking really well here on the aroma. Also, like the others, quite smooth, quite good, easy drinking. I'm getting a little bit more of a bitterness on the back end than I would have expected. The tartness of the raspberry is combining with that nice citrus bite from the lime. And I'm distinctly getting raspberry, lime, and apple flavors. Up front, there was a distinct bitterness on the back end, but after the next couple of sips, those are actually fairly big swallows. Because again, it's easy drinking like the rest. That bitterness is kind of faded. It's slightly off-putting. Not like unpleasant, but just in comparison to the first three, it's making me balk a little bit. B-A-L-K, balk. Not B-A-W-K, balk. Like a chicken. Okay, like I said. I'm in pretty good shape right now. Balk versus balk. Alright. I'm going to start going balk. Alright, enough of that. God, what the fuck is going on with me right now? Anyway, I'm hitting this one with a 3.5. I know that's a bit of a step down, and I anticipated it actually being better than the others. But for me, personally, the Raspberry Lime Rickey is actually... There's just enough of this slightly bitter unpleasantness on the back end that it's not quite as smooth and easy to drink as the first three were, so it's getting a 3.5 out of 5. But I mean, the other three getting a 4 and being very smooth, very good, very easy to drink, and just overall delicious. I mean, all things considered. That makes this a very, very solid variety pack, especially for a... pardon. And I know how this sounds, but the bottom line is not every local... Hang on. Hiccups are trying to break through. I'm trying to tamp them down right now. The local... producers, they don't have the same resources and R&D departments that the larger companies do. So for them to produce a product like this is pretty damn impressive. So maybe they're getting some extra points just for being a local place, but honestly, the bottom line is it's a very impressive effort from a local company when some of the nationals aren't getting it as right as they have. I guess is where I'm going with that. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but again, I'm not completely sober. But, I mean, no matter how you look at it, no matter which way you categorize it, no matter what you what details you get into. The bottom line is this is a very solid variety pack from a local producer, Freedom's Edge cider. Their ciders are really good. Check out one of my previous videos with a few of their varieties. The fact that they branched out into the cocktail, the cider, the premixed cocktail thing pretty early on. I mean, these guys have only been in business for three or 4 years now, maybe less than that, and that they're hitting it out of the park pretty much. Was very impressive. I need to get my ass down to their place of business and check them out, like, in person. I know I say that about a lot of local places, but I'm a homebody. I don't travel much. I definitely don't travel to breweries when I don't have a designated driver, because I can get myself in trouble there, because then I have to, like, walk home or call for a ride. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole nother, like I said, can of worms I'm not willing to open right now. Never been in trouble. I've never rolled the dice enough to get myself in trouble that way, just for the record. But it gets really fucking embarrassing when you have to call people for a ride because you didn't plan well. Anyway, that, again, that's the point. Freedom's Edge cider. Check out their ciders. Check out their pre-mixed drinks, their cider cocktails. Hit them up in person if you're local. And they're in Albion. As far as I know, they're the only alcoholic beverage producer in Albion, Maine. So, anyway, great variety pack. 3 4 out of 5s, 1 3.5 out of 5. But that's just what I have to say about them. Hit me up down below in the comments or the email link while you're down there. Let me know what you think about these products yourselves. Whether you agree with my assessment, disagree with my assessment, or just want to tell me what a dumbass I am and how much rambling I've done tonight, that's good too. But come to the email link. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.